Phoenix. Let's get it.
Killah Priest.
Yeah.
Tiye Phoenix.
From a mustard seed, I must succeed. Through storm clouds, the horned owl just brush the trees. The rainfall, I remain small till luckily the grain is tall, but I change form, become a tree. Dusting off my leaves, the moth can be. Swirl around me, a world with no boundaries. The ignorant 10% thought it was just a breeze. Throwing dirt cause their heart holds in their hurt. Hey yo, Ty, you know the chart shows when to be alert. This goes from 2 in a verse to a whole universe. The altitude is windy, but through currents and air pockets, a rare prophet. To feel the world is too empty, it's too much to explain. Top pH is the water, so it's only right she rain. And y'all know my name. Yeah, Todd Wave.
Taking you higher than you ever been. Feel the rush in the air when we touch the wind. Soaring with the eagles, baby, here we are. In the clouds past heaven, baby, fly with us. Taking you higher than you ever been. Feel the rush in the air when we touch the wind. Soaring with the eagles, baby, here we are. In the clouds past heaven, baby, fly with us.
A royal priest beside a phoenix is no less than fire. Every bar's a power line like an electric wire. We interplanetary beings, we could stand the sun. Been to 23 galaxies like a Samsung. When they speak of royalty, they thinking J and B. I'm talking higher deities and the awakened me. Unmistakably, I leveled up from A to B. Laid this beat like it was masonry. Don't play with me. Going higher than the rest of them. Flying, we caress the wind. Tower over lesser men, taller than the Nephilim. Use it like a sharp sword, so you will respect the pen. Claiming my reward every day, I put the effort in. Jewels around the throat chakra like a diamond necklace. Gather knowledge, drop clues like a crime detective. I took the road less traveled, found divine direction. We on the plane of existence where space and time connecting.
Taking you higher than you ever been. Feel the rush in the air when we touch the wind. Soaring with the eagles, baby, here we are. In the clouds past heaven, baby, fly with us. Taking you higher than you ever been. Feel the rush in the air when we touch the wind. Soaring with the eagles, baby, here we are. In the clouds past heaven, baby, fly with us. Fly with us. Fly with us. Fly with us. Fly with us.
Yeah, welcome to the A of A, but it's the remix. Now what you got to say?
Remix.
Shooks.
Vibration going up, so get out the way.
Welcome to the A of A. This is when Jupiter aligns with Mars, when the moon is in the 7th house. As this Aquarius combines bars, these heavy punchlines hit you in your mouth. Then I say welcome to the A of A, where information comes free, still you gotta pay for living expenses, food, artillery. A black Adonis fighting harder than the Creed trilogy. I'm leading my fam as the breadwinner, the spirit guider, the protector, head spinner, dead sinner. I'm in the middle of the mayhem, not for games, don't you ever try to play him. Official air sign, I'm a rare find, 100 reps hitting every step on the stair climb. Everybody, welcome to the A of A. Intellects duck down when my mind spray. Everything is changing on the world stage. We here now, it's the Aquarius age.
Everybody, welcome to the A of A. Everybody can't go and it can't stay.
Third eye pump, so what a hater say. I left y'all clean cut like razor blades. Yeah, I'm a psychic, 12 houses ignited. Moon and Scorpio hook the bait, then watch you bite it. Yo, I glow like the moon, my tongue a silver spoon, igniting angles of light while sipping Lotus Bloom. Age of Aquarius, smooth like Sagittarius. Came out the underground, you would think my name was Harriet. Yo, whoever thought I'd have 500,000 followers? That's what you get when you rock with black astrologists. So ain't no stopping me, I guess I'm an anomaly. I had to tell it honestly, I'm probably born a prodigy. I walk with no apologies, age filled to alchemy. You hated me as God blessed, but fell in love with Mama T.
Ordinary life can hold extraordinary potential. You gotta feel it to believe it, that's the vice I'm into. I like my poison organic, baby, the price is mental. I don't make the rules, but I read them all, cause I like to bend them. They try to shame me for my source, so we wrongfully. Now they stuck in lower dimensions, wishing they cross with me. Bitches, out your mind, they ask when they talk with me. Pause, how the fuck you think I'm aligned when this war forthcoming. The veil's lifted, the light revealing dark corners. What was once a conspiracy seemed like harsh warnings. Vaccinating the population that mark on. Experiment on the people and bring the martial law in. Politicians in Hollywood do the trafficking, but higher frequencies are united now when we after them. Everybody, welcome to the A of A. If you can't move forward, just get out the way. Everything is changing on the world stage. We here now, it's the Aquarius age.
Everybody, welcome to the A of A. Everybody can't go and they can't stay.
Banging this knowledge on your mental like Jesus and Buddha. The force of Kali Yuga with the grace of Queen Afua. Aiming my bars with precision like 100 shooters. I'm the yang and yin, perfect blend of the soul of the lunar. I see 11, 11 sevens, 444, 222s. My angels always ready for war. I see that 888. Now my power's restored. Watching ninjas fall on these swords. Now they gotta applaud. Age of Aquarius, my water bearers make it happen. Your karma's on the line, ringing like the planet Saturn. Generational curses broken, we shift the pattern. You stupid if you think I came out of the rib of Adam. I'm the primordial water flow in the dark fluid. And when you see that open portal, better walk through it.
Everybody, welcome to the A of A. Welcome to the A of A. Welcome to the A of A. Everybody can't go and they can't stay.
The stoic silence of the oldest island begin to thaw, replaced by a growing comfort from endless wars, a sense of openness from the hopelessness of night terrors and war-torn, a culture hit on the trio roots go down.
Here, the centuries of loneliness were to end.
Your collection of Leonardo da Vinci masterpieces, Mr. Flint.
They appear to have been recently painted.
On contemporary canvas with contemporary materials.
Then, age, death, the taste of dust. Do you understand?
You wanted a perfect, ultimate woman. As brilliant, as immortal as yourself. Your mate for all time.
Merkaba master, I charted demons to other worlds, drop devils to plaster, rush them to hell, breathing asthma, place Satan on gurneys next to Hermes, send them off to their journey to Cleopatra. They read those chapters, egos captured, the Leo laughter, neoplasma, run through my veins in this matrix, and my basement became a plaza. And now I'm in the Sky Lounge with negative spirit hackers, build on math and we read the chapters, observe through our windows at the quiet disasters, riots at NASA, marches, gender pride, freedom rights for the masses, till we do away with first and second citizen classes. Religion is backwards, trying to comprehend to the pastor. This gym is like Jasper. Either we all live and strive for the youth to survive, or it all ends with the rapture. Forget waiting on the man, I'm making a plan. And for the ages of false statements, I'm taking a stand. Start an investigation on Satan with a cross in my hand. Make him plead guilty, now face the jury. We're in the courts of I am. If I could just vanish from off the planet, like magic, become caught from granite. Days, mathematics is understanding.
Hey, hey, did you hear? This is the perfect place to disappear. Hey, did you hear? This is the perfect place to disappear.
A billion stories in the naked city. Ghost told me that his best friend needs a kidney. We froze, reminisce of Tiffany in the cold, open whiskey from the 20s, in the memory, sympathy, made the angels play a symphony, said he could've had a scholarship, toured different colleges, now he's out of it, fading away slowly on dialysis, his name remained anonymous, but here's my acknowledgements. Street legends and hood gods, kingdom fall into a mirage, ghetto depression sets in, then we place weed and cigars. A child has difficulties concentrating. From where he lives, he sees his promises fading. He sees his pops gone, his mom's is aging. She trying to stay strong for a church congregation. And meanwhile, a kid named Rico was the coke king. A lot of siblings of the dope fiends hope you scream. A lot of children with broken dreams, homes were clean. The most extreme, you got rich and what you sold to queens. Look what you did to Josephine. And Ebony is unheavenly. The devil's ready with open wings. As Lucifer uses love and his youthful mug, then his blood on the cobra's fangs.
Hey, hey, did you hear? This is the perfect place to disappear. This is the perfect place to disappear.
Through the mid.
My check 1 2 1 2. Royal Priesthood Wednesdays is full in effect. It's your brother Knowledge on a lot here on the podcast, hosted by the Ensemble Hip Hop. One and only Killah Priest. Tell somebody. We're going live here. Shout out to the family already in the building. So it becomes my honor and privilege at this time to introduce some and present to others. Straight from the fourth chamber, fresh off the perfect place. Okay. The mastermind in the form of rhyme, in the form of artistry, in the form of Boston. Okay. She like Boston people around us. Capricorn season. Shout out to the Capricorns in the building. All right. The season of the bosses. The season of you reap what you sow. If you ain't sow nothing, you ain't gonna reap nothing. But it's the season of the bosses. So let's get our boss up in here. Okay. The Royal Priestess on the one, the only in the building. Neru Thee Fourth Fugee. Shout out to the knee rulers and shout out to the knee rooligans.
Yes, we in the building. We back for another week.
Hey, for real though, what's going on? Right?
We had to run it back. I'm good. I'm chilling. Whew, it's been a long week, and things prepared for the release party Saturday. I might be speeding a little ahead, but yeah, just taking things one day at a time. Fourth chamber still going crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, it's lit, man.
Yes, it's a lituation. So make sure y'all come out on Saturday to the top of the world. Okay, look, I'm like, we're gonna be where? The top of the world.
Yeah, it's about to go crazy at the World Trade Center.
The World Trade
Center.
Sent her. Okay, the World Trade sent her. Okay,
sent her.
Hey, that's what we doing out here.
Yeah, Baltimore, all my DMV family. If you're in the building, if you're around, definitely pull up. Saturday, 401 East Pratt Street, 7 p.m. $15 early bird tickets, $25 at the door. And we got so many dope performers. It's crazy. Yes. Now Vaughn is hosting.
Yo. Alright. Okay.
Tiye be there.
Tiye Phoenix. Titanium.
Come on. With the Crownloads.
The Crownloads. Okay. She coming on talking her junk, Neru, because Carrie and the Culture said that the Crownloads EP was project of the year based on their platform criteria. And I agree with it. You understand what I'm saying?
100%.
So we're gonna get into that and some other things, astrological, astronomical when she come through. So we doing it. Doing it up.
Thanks, man.
Doing it up. these OGs. Oh, my bad. It was Woo Wednesday. I had a little Woo Wednesday moment. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I'm excited though. I'm excited.
Long awaited, highly anticipated. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
How,
Big
how
on
do you
long.
stay? How you stay so zen in the midst of all of the your Sagittarian vibe is like, nah, son, I need the structure, I need the order, I need it to go a certain kind of way, and and then you get met with some of the transits and some of the things having to get pushed back. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how you stay zen throughout, the trials and the tribulations coming along with putting this whole thing together and ending up on the top of the world.
Man, that's a great question. I'm not gonna lie. But mainly just knowing that everything is going to work together for my greater good. And, as long as I'm doing and working within my purpose, things going to work out regardless. I don't mean to brag or whatever, but ancestors, God, universe, they be looking out for me. It'd be different. So, I also got to remember just that I'm favored and just not to stress too much, not to overwhelm myself and focus on the things I can control opposed to the things that I can't. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Setting it all today. Give a quick shout out to one of the illest ancestors with a pen, Zora Neale Hurston on her born day today. You understand what I'm saying? Zora Neale Hurston, author Your Eyes Were Watching God and so many other joints that was magnificent. So definitely we in that Neru Zio Hurston space right now, you know what I'm saying? The Zora Neale Hurston. Yeah, dope. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So, um, we talked about writing last week, so I want to go delve a little deeper. In regards to writing for you. Um, how did writing become a love language for you personally?
I mean, it's an outlet. I started with poetry, and I really like the content of my poetry was always super deep, always um, just next level, just as far as like digging deep, emotional, trauma based, just really trying to get your feelings out. And I think that really helped me along the way. I feel like I used to carry a diary when I was younger. That also probably helped me too, like journaling, low key, some of the things. But yeah, I think that's really where the love of writing came from. And I also just enjoy the sport. Like, I'm a songstress, and I'll get into that in a second. But just as far as the lyrical aspect of like the sport of hip hop, like I love it. I love pushing my pen. I love pushing myself. Playing around with different literary devices, different concepts and themes. So yeah, I think that's really where it came from. And then on the vocal tip, my ear is crazy, so that's where the harmonic structures come from, and some of the cool like ad libs and things that you might hear. So yeah, it's been a love for me for a long time.
So aside from yourself, who's somebody that they're writing, whatever genre that they write, whatever they write, that you look at and be like, it pushes you to write. Not necessarily you want to emulate what they write, but you read something that they've written and you like, I need to go write right now.
Yeah, I would say Priest off top, like the way that he has so much description and describes things. You can see it when you close your eyes. Like the album where he talks about like nature and has like the bees and ants and all of these different concepts, dragonflies. Like like creating these different worlds with every song, and putting you inside of that world, and now you're literally an ant within the community when you play that song. So I think on a lyrical tip, for sure, him. Uh, I would say maybe like Lil Wayne. Like he's crazy when it comes to like double entendres, quadruple entendres. I listen to him sometime, and I'll catch things from his old, no sailing tapes and stuff. It's like crazy. As far as the vocals writing, Frank Ocean. Who's another really good one? I would say maybe Kelly Uchis on the writing tip. Lauren Hill, of course. I really enjoy Thundercat too. I like how free and fun he is with how he writes. Like, even if the song is super serious, he'll still add a few, silly things in there to kind of, it's pretty cool. So.
I don't know if I've asked you. When you sit down to write, if you pictured somebody that you're writing for, how would you describe your ideal listener? Like a picture of a person with as much detail as you can. Like describe a person that you're writing for.
I am writing for all the people that look like me. Irregardless of like life circumstances or scenarios, or they don't have to necessarily be where I'm from or be brought up the way that I'm brought up, but I feel like we all deal with the same issues. We all feel kind of the same way, even if it's subconscious. And I also feel like sometimes people might not have the language to explain how they feel, and that's kind of where we come in, to kind of put the words to the feelings. And yeah, language is a whole nother thing in itself that is made up and not real. So sometimes I might even make songs that's just sounds or ad libs or just a feeling. And that's a form of communication in itself. And I feel like that is connecting with the people I need to connect with. You know what I mean? We pick up on vibrations. We pick up on certain things that others can't. And using those things to our advantage, I feel like is important. So yeah, I'm writing for all the people that look like me, the youth, older folk, younger folk, and not just black people, but brown people, melanated people, everyone from the diaspora, even the people that don't claim us. I'm writing for you too, because you need to hear it. That have the mentality of, the oppressor, but is of our color. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm writing for everybody. White folk too. Because sometimes they need to be held accountable and they need to hear it from somebody that don't give a fuck. It's not about to bite their tongue or creep around or walk on that shit. Nope, this what it is. This how I feel. What we doing? So, yeah.
That's dope. I used to describe, I'm writing for a little boy, like 7, 8 years old. And he has all of these thoughts in his mind and nobody to share them with. He got all these thoughts in his mind. He got all of these dreams, all of these aspirations. Every time he goes to speak, someone takes him out of the dream world and puts him in reality. So he has all these thoughts he wants to share. He has all of these things on his heart and in his mind. And when he goes to speak, he remembers that his intended receiver is not open to hear what he's God willing. So he keeps it. He keeps it. He keeps it, and he struggles with that back and forth because he's still 7 or 8 years old. And those that he is seeking to give this message to and receive a message from them, there's a blockage that exists based off of this complex that he developed. So if I could get him to read, if I could get him to look at himself, if I could remind him that he is enough, then I didn't write anything in vain. I didn't do anything in vain. Like that young man leads to everybody else. In the entrepreneurial world, they call that a target audience. Target is not looking for everybody. Target went through enough data analysis to market to one person.
Mm-hmm.
And from that one person, everybody else comes to Target. If that one person comes to Target, everybody else is coming to Target. If that one person no longer comes to Target, they look for another person, or that thing that they were looking for at Target, they switch it to something else. So if you're writing with someone in mind, like a person, or a place or a thing, right? Because a noun is a person, place, or thing. So he's sitting there and he's looking for, like Trinity said in the Matrix, when Morpheus said to her, when he found me, he said, I wasn't really looking for an answer. He said, it's the question. It's the question that drives us, Neo. You knew the question, same as I did. That's their kinship, right? Their connection, the question. And that question for him was, what is the Matrix? So that little young man that I'm writing for and working for is, his question is, why am I here? Why am I here? Because the thing that I love to do is communicate, share my visions and my dreams with people that may need them, but they don't want to hear them. So now he's doubting why he's here. He thinks that maybe he's here for nothing. Maybe he's here for no purpose whatsoever. So if that child has that thought, how many billions of people on the planet have that thought? So for one who has the dreams, the vision, the audacity, the boldness, the courageousness to be able to change the world with his thought, how does he communicate to people who is always trying to bring him back to reality? Well, in reality, that doesn't work. To the point where he's doubting why he's here. He has to be reminded. So if I don't do it, that little boy will leave here. And all of the talents, the skills, and the gifts that God gave him will leave the world with him. And he will begin to come to other little children and say, hey, they don't want it. Let's go. And they'll start leaving too. And the civilization is doomed because children no longer dream and aspire to share those dreams, talents, and gifts with the world, because the world wants to bring them back to reality. They don't want to dream anymore. So, it becomes interesting, and I consider that.
No, that's super true. There's plenty of kids that grew up just like us with questions, trying to figure out, what is this? What is this mess that I was born into? Yeah, always ask questions, always keep digging. About indigo children. There's always, a batch of us that's born every generation that is, like, I would like to say, reincarnated ancestors that come with that energy, that move, that ready to go, that, I'm saying, ready to really elevate and make progress within the community and within the culture. So, yeah, we just got to continue to try to, it's a balance, because of course we are part of the system. Of course we do have to work, we do have to get money to survive and to pay bills and blah blah blah. We get it. It's a balance, but at the end of the day, you can't put all of your energy into that. You gotta use this system the way that they use us, straight up. If you gotta stab in for a second, grab some money real quick to put into your business so that you can, you gotta use it to build yourself up and not break yourself down, because that's exactly what they're gonna do. We know what the system is. Be born, they're gonna mold you in school, put you in debt with college, and then smack you on the butt. Now you off to the factory work, and now you keeping the machine going, whether you're a doctor. I was just talking to a friend about this, whether you're a doctor or mechanic, or you're still keeping the system going, you know. And that's just what it is. And you keep working that career until you die. And that's just not, it's not, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not ideal. Like, I don't know. We're not supposed to do that. That's not how life is supposed to be built. Like, we have so many gifts, talents. I don't know. I really feel like we're supposed to be like building the earth up on a nature tip. Should be probably gardening and, you know, like just building the earth, making sure things is clean, things like that. But instead, you know, here we are. So I feel like we're more of like the keeper in it, if that makes sense. Well, we should be. But
Agreed. Yeah, I was watching After Earth, and every once in a while I go back and watch it. I had watched After Earth with my sons. I took them, and we had a discussion about rites of passage and all of that, right? So on the surface, M. Night Shyamalan is giving us this, right? So it looks like this. It looks like the Father and the Son and the Son and the Father, similar to Pursuit of Happiness, right? And it just happened to be Will and Jaden, you know what I'm saying, Smith, both playing the Father and the Son and the Son and the Father, and they're being fathers and sons to one another throughout the film. So this rites of passage from boyhood into manhood, and manhood back into boyhood, because in the Pursuit of Happiness, there was a moment where Will Smith's character had forgot to dream, right? He had forgot to dream. Like, the Pursuit of Happiness was his dream. He saw that car. He's like, yo, what you do? What you do? Like, he saw that car and was like, yo, I need to do that. Because he had an entrepreneurial spirit, right? So he had an entrepreneurial spirit in the film where he's selling these bone density scanners and all of that, right? He hustling, trying to make it in his meat, and he thought that was going to be his way. His family was supposed to be his way. Like, he went, he did the right thing. He went and got the family, blah, blah, blah. He doing what he needed to do. And he bet on himself, right? He bet on himself. And it was rejection after rejection after rejection after rejection. But it prepared him for the environment that he was walking into. He walked into the environment, and it looked easy from the outside, but there was nothing easy about it on the inside. So he gets an opportunity based off of his own merit in this brief taxi cab ride where he had to hop out the cab. You understand what I'm saying? And with this Rubik's Cube, he gets an opportunity. Somebody vouches for him that doesn't know him, but saw him in action. So now he's in there with all of these other applicants, and one person gets picked out of hundreds, and there's no pay. And he got to work hard every day. You understand? He would sleep in the shelter. But there's a scene in the movie where he's in the train station with his son. And it makes it seem like he's in a time machine, and they go back in time to the dinosaur age. And he's dreaming with his son out loud. He's dreaming with his son out loud. And his son's not looking at his daddy like he's tripping. His son is looking at his daddy like, I trust my daddy, and whatever my daddy sees, I see it too. So they're looking around and they're teleported back in time in their imagination, but they're having their imagination together out loud. And he's there, and somebody's trying to get in the bathroom where he's at and banging on the door, and he's got a tear in his eye. He's almost like he's at the end of his rope type of situation. But the power of his son dreaming with him out loud gives him the motivation that he needs to continue. So he finds a way for this other bone density scanner who the light went out, and he fixed it. In that same night, his son goes to him. He said, "You're a good father." That's what he said to him. That's it. That's the dialogue. He said, "You're a good father or a good papa." one or the other. Right? That's the word that he said to him.
Mm.
And this is the story of what this pursuit of happiness film looks like, right? So that parallel versus the After Earth situation, you know, the son is trying to be good in the eyes of the father, and he's thinking that the father looks down at him because of what happened to his sister. So his sister, you know, is 86 by one of these aliens, right? So he's carrying that in his heart. He's harboring that in his heart, and he think he doesn't measure up to his father because his father has the ability to be by these aliens and not be detected. So the movie looks like, okay, this is what he grows into, because at the end of it, this is what he grows into. But there's a process. But the underarching goal is that the father and the son, although it looks like this is the path, two things are devoid of that. They're safe in the physical realm because of their connection to the ancestral realm and to the living realm. So his wife / his mother is protecting him in the physical realm, and the sister is protecting them in the ancestral realm. So by the end of the film, he says to his father, he say, "Hey, Dad," he said, "Yeah, son, I want to go do what Mom does." And he says, "Me too." So the movie's called After Earth because 1,000 years later, Earth no longer wants to be a dwelling place for its former inhabitants. So they have to live someplace else. So Mother Earth kicked them off of the planet, and everything on the planet has evolved to fight against a species that it was welcoming to. The most habitable place in, you know, the solar system now had judged its inhabitants and sentenced them to excommunicado.
Mm-hmm.
So if, like you were saying about the earth, if we are in tune with Mother Earth, she's going to judge us, and she's going to sentence us to no longer existence on the earth. So, you know, as we talk about Mother Earth, as we talk about Earth, as we talk about After Earth, I had watched that movie so many times, and I had to go back to its remembrance and look at it from that aspect. Like, yo, this is it went from the most habitable place in the universe to no longer habitable for 1,000 years. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, I want to get your thoughts, and I want to bring in the mothership. Since I was just talking this Mother Earth stuff, you know, the mother shifter is here. Okay, the mother shifter is over here shifting in the background, and I know she want to join the bill and share some things. Miss A of A herself. You understand what I'm saying? She got the A of A. She got the A of A remix, and she got the Crownloads. Okay, so I hope your crown is ready to be loaded because it's about to be front loaded right now. All right. So it becomes my honor and privilege at this time to introduce some, present to others, and welcome back to Royal Priesthood Wednesdays, the one, the only Tiye Phoenix in the building.
Knowledge born alive, and Neru, what's good, y'all?
What's up, sis? You got the
I'm like,
oh, I see you.
Yeah, I'm in the same spot.
Yeah.
I'm in the same spot. Same bad time, same bad channel. I heard y'all over here building. I was just taking notes.
Hey.
Oh, fact though, we ain't talking shit. We ain't talking about nothing.
No, you were building about who inspires you, and I heard, you know, I was like listening. You were talking about Thundercat, and I was like, yeah, I like a lot of those same people. We got a lot of same taste in music.
Yeah, no, facts. Oh yeah, I'm excited for Saturday. See you perform live.
Word up.
I'm excited. The World Trade Center. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's gonna be
top of the world. Okay, right. Okay.
That's the building that's still right down there, like about in the harbor, right?
Mm-hmm.
That tall building, right? I know exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's gonna go crazy, man. We lit. Marco Buddha gonna be there too. So I'm excited.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
the
the
Royal Priesthood family in the building.
Wow. That's great. You're gonna have people traveling far and wide.
Yeah. Got to.
Ty, how does it feel to carry the culture of high vibrational hip hop from, the early 2020s into now? Okay, and then to finally see it, a spark of it in this epicenter where people are looking at high vibrational hip hop in the way that you described it, and the caveat to having this prophecy of the death of dirt hop or whatever, worm hop or whatever they call it, maggot hop, maggot rap, or what they
That's hilarious.
What they call it?
Y'all are funny. That's hilarious. Well, I mean, the reality of it is, right, hip hop is one small component in the universe. So it's a big component, but it's a small component at the same time. So whatever's happening in the universe, hip hop has to follow suit. As much as we love hip hop, it's not making up its own rules going against universal laws. It's not going to do that. It has to submit to the grand plan, if you feel me, right? It has to submit. So when I was saying, welcome to the A of A, it's a brand new world, it's a different day, I was basically saying, listen, things are, what people sometimes, like, we as human beings have egos, right? Y'all can hear me okay, right? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure, because the phone is kind of distant. But we have egos. We're like, oh, I got a plan, and the main plan is going to be my plan, right? That's how we operate. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with, saying my plan is the plan. But there's a greater plan always in motion. Not saying that your plan or my plan is not valid and it's not important and we're not in tune. But what you want to do, your goal, what do we say now is more when I say Crownloads? You do manifestation, I do what? What's the line? Knowledge born? Oh, are you there? No, you left? He's out.
Stayed out for a second.
Oh, he bounced. Okay. The line is, you do manifestation, I do divine alignment. That's one of my favorite lines from the Crownloads album, because the goal is to be aligned. So even if you have your plans, the goal is for you to be in alignment with the greater plan, for you to be in alignment with universal law, for you to be in alignment with the grand design. That's the goal, not to go against it. Because you go against it, then you just gonna spin your wheels and, come back around full circle, probably try certain things again and again and again. And that happens. That's a part of the human experience. Sometimes people have to do things 200, 300, 400 times. That's just right. That's just how shit goes. Mm-hmm. But there's a greater plan in motion. And if changes are going to happen, people in hip hop, whether they agree or not, that's just, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, we are in a specific cycle. You are in cycles. It's deeper than calendar years changing from one day to the next, because there's so many different calendars. It's different calendars. Your calendar might say the New Year's January 1st. There's another calendar based on another system that says it's another day. And somebody else's calendar says it's another day. And it's not necessarily true that this calendar might be wrong and this calendar is absolutely right. Some of them are based on different knowledge systems. Does that make sense? So they might all be right and they may all be a little incorrect, but bigger than one calendar year changing to another calendar year, bigger than one day going to another. It's about the cycle that you're in. It's about what's happening in the energy, right? It's about what's going on, you know, as far as, I mean, planetary alignment, planetary positions, all of that's important. And even if you don't know about the planetary positions, you don't know what season you're in, you don't know if it's Aries season or Sagittarius season, you might not know. But as long as you're tuned in, I don't know what it is that you're tuned into, but as long as you're tuned in and you're getting that proper guidance because your wires are connecting. You know what I'm saying? Just like when you make a phone call, you know, or you connect to the internet. You want that connection to work. You want that Wi-Fi to work. You want that fiber optic network to work when you make those phone calls, right? Because that means the connection is functional. Who gives a fuck what you think and how you feel if you're disconnected from the energy? You're disconnected from the universal law. You're disconnected from the Most High. Like, you're just off base. It's just like the same thing as trying to get online and then you punch in a password and it don't work. Or you try another and it don't work. Like, you're not connecting. So the whole point is about connection and alignment, no matter what calendar you're following, no matter what system of belief that you subscribe to, as long as you're tapped in. Because I talk to people, some of them are not knowledgeable about certain sciences, but they're so clear-minded, right? And their spirit is so tuned in that they are aligned and they're like internally on point the same way somebody else is who's studying shit. So whatever you're doing, as long as it's fucking working. If it's not working, well, just like I said, if you put in the password and you can't get online, the Wi-Fi don't work, you got to get the correct password, or you got to find another way. Dial up something. So as long as you're able to get those messages, get that understanding, know the direction that you're supposed to be headed, you know, then you're fine. Like me, shout out to Carrying the Culture too. Like, I heard you say that, like, Carrying the Culture, very credible, respect-worthy hip-hop site. It's a hip-hop site, reviews music, just staying tapped in and tuned in to every aspect of hip-hop culture, the music, even dances sometimes. I've seen him like dance. I believe he used to maybe be a dancer back in the day, whatever, just all different aspects of the music and the culture. Carrying the Culture, that particular site, they are on it. So I was honored that they gave me Project of the Year. And when I went into making Crownloads, I wasn't trying to necessarily fall into any particular popular formula or plan. I didn't, like, to me, and I know you can probably relate to this as well, Neru. When you're in that mindset, like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Guess what? These radio stations don't play my music anyway, and nobody's listening to your radio station because everybody's on TikTok. So fuck you anyway. Right? So, hey, I'm good as long as I'm true to myself. And as long as I expressed what came through me, and that's what a crown load is. I knew, like, I was talking about crown loads with Knowledge Born early on in the year when we did the album party on here. I was talking about crown loads early when it was new, you know, and I knew some people like, okay, what the fuck is a crown load? You know what I'm saying? But a crown load is a download in the crown chakra. Like, it's a light bulb moment. It's when the light bulb goes on. So I say that I'm saying that to say that when I got that album crown loaded to me, those songs, those lyrics or whatever, I wasn't thinking about getting mainstream support or getting validation from, because I already knew. See, this is the thing, right? And those of us who have Aquarius placements, those of us who have even some air placements, like, you know, knowledge born. I know you a Sag, right? Am I right? You're a Sag, Neru?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that's higher learning. That's absolute. Sagittarius and Jupiter, which is ruled by the planet Jupiter, is synonymous with higher learning. So I say all that to say that people who are tapped into higher learning, you walk in your own path, you're not necessarily worried about following somebody else's suggestions or fitting into a mold. And like Knowledge Born said, a mold that was dying anyway. A mold that was dying anyway. It's not fully dead yet. It's like on the respirator. You know how like when a person is like on the life support. I said respirator. Life support machine. And they like, should we pull this plug? That's really where a lot of not just hip hop, but a lot of things. A lot of things in the world. A lot of things, a lot of ideas, a lot of practices, a lot of beliefs, a lot of ideologies that people subscribe to. It's out of here. So when I wrote A of A, like, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago now, I knew that wasn't a concept that people would be like, what are you talking about? What you talking about? But all last year, and I know y'all can vouch for it because we all follow each other on social media. All last year, even at your release party, even at your party, all I was saying, performing, but welcome to the I said that I probably performed A of A more than any of the other songs on the album, maybe even the title cut Crownloads, but I know that was like A of A. I was drilling that idea. Welcome to the A of A. Welcome to the A of A. Welcome to the A of A. And what do you know? Hollywood falls. Gangs now don't want to be gangs anymore. There's like a drop your flag, surrender your flag initiative. There's a whole campaign that got started called Streets is Dead. Are you familiar with that, Neru?
No, I haven't heard of it, but I'm not surprised.
Right. Because Neru's out living life, right? She's not worried about what these Negroes be talking about. And I feel you on that. But no, there's a whole campaign called Streets is Dead that got started by rappers, quote unquote street rappers, whatever that is, street rappers. Streets is dead. Then there was a whole debate. It's still active. It's still going on. So all of that to say, like, I'm at the top of the year. Like pretty much a year ago, maybe a little bit more, like November, like 2024. I'm like premiering little clips, reels of A of A, just, you know, and then just talking, welcome to the A of A. Welcome in my show, opening up, performing with the actual original Age of Aquarius song. Like that being my opening, you know, to my show. Like just drilling this concept. Welcome to the A of A. Everybody can't go and they can't stay. Then doing the remix. Thank you, Knowledge Born, for playing the video, the remix. So that concept just really like drilling in people's minds. Like, listen, the world that you're used to, you better get unused to it.
Go on, man.
You know what I'm saying? So here we are at the end. We are at the beginning of calendar year. We say Gregorian year, right? Gregorian year 2026, right? And now I don't think it's such a foreign concept to say we're in the Age of Aquarius, everybody can't go and they can't stay. Welcome to the area. I don't think it's foreign. I think people like, you know what? It is some different shit going. Yeah. I think people, even if they don't know how to describe it, people can look around and see there's some different shit going on. Right?
Absolutely. We was just talking about that with Knowledge Born too. Even the people that don't necessarily have the language to describe like what they're feeling or even what they're seeing or what they're leaning towards in their subconscious. It's like, bro, it's people out here that's trying to figure out like what's going on and trying to make change. Like this old system is dead, bro.
It's dead all the way. Yeah, all the way.
Keeping it alive by continuing to go to work or pay bills or, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's the smallest of things, like, you know, stopping at red lights at 3 o'clock in the morning, or stop. I'm not saying that you should run red lights. I'm just saying that we're so conditioned, even when no one's looking, that we, you know what I'm saying, we got to follow these laws that don't even really exist. It's made up. It's like, we got to get out of that, you know, and create our own systems. Like,
yeah, I think that's an excellent point. People have to, you have to follow a higher guidance, you know, and people are finding out exactly what guidance they follow. Because not everybody's on the same team. You know what I mean? Everybody's not playing for the same team. It's really about frequency, high frequency, high vibrational, vibrational hip hop, but even just bigger than hip hop. It's about just being a high vibrational entity, a high vibrational person, a high vibrational being.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're not really gonna survive or thrive being low vibrational at this point. That's just where we're at. So that's just number one. Like you're not really going to feel comfortable in your existence if your vibration is not raising. It's not being raised along with the planetary vibration.
Yeah, and they're gonna be forced to. Like, and it's gonna be uncomfortable, you know. It's like you said, it's literally gonna be a situation where it's like you're gonna have to get down or lay down. One or the other, because there's no getting out of it. Like, at the end of the day, you know, like you said, we gotta be in alignment, like with the universe, with the frequencies, like with God. We have to. And if not, then you're gonna miss out on these blessings, you're gonna miss out on these crown loads, you're gonna miss out on these warnings, you know, and even guidance, like trying to figure out, like, you know, how to move in the future and things like that. You're missing out on all that if you're not really tapping in, grounding, putting your feet in the grass, tapping in with the sun, at least for 2 hours. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
sun gazing, grounding, yeah, all of those things. Definitely.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Like, what?
Yeah, we had to give maybe her chords.
Yeah, give her the chords, all right? Look, the
but no, that was on point.
The Podcraft is going crazy. Put some fire emojis in the chat if y'all want the Tyru podcast every once a month, or one Wednesday a month over here. You understand what I'm saying? If y'all want the Tyru, the Tiye Phoenix Neru podcast, you know what I'm saying, once a month, get some straightening, some fire in the chat. Okay? Let the Podcraft speak for themselves.
I was reading the chat.
Look, y'all ain't need me, okay? Y'all ain't need me over here. You understand what I'm saying? Like, look, they want the Tyru podcast. You understand what I'm saying? The Tyru segment.
Well, you know those sages, man. They don't pull no punches when it comes to higher knowledge. That's just a fact.
There you go.
Nah, you was coming with the wisdom this whole time. Had to.
Look at that.
Building.
Okay.
Well, you know the crazy thing is that I feel like in this day and time, those people, pardon me, who are tapped in, who can get the crown loads, those people who can get the crown loads, y'all can quote me on this if y'all want in the chat or whatever. If you get the crown loads, if you're tapped in, if you're listening, if your mind's ear is turned on, your mind's eye, you will probably be utilized in very consistent and unique ways by the universe. I'm just telling y'all, like I put on my stories, I put in the stories right before I came on. I was like, come on the Podcraft, and we're gonna talk about the astrology, we're gonna talk about the current energy. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna give away all of it, because in 2026, like I said, I'm not just spilling astrological knowledge out there. But you can get in touch with me if you want clarity and you want deeper information. But I'm gonna give you the basics. I'm gonna give you like the basics tonight. And number one, I'm just going off the head, just straight like literal crown load in a moment, freestyle. but the universe is putting to work those individuals who can best serve the agenda of raising the collective frequency of the people, of the planet. Do I need to say that again in the chat?
One more time. Say it one more time for the chat.
The universe is putting to work, putting to use, best utilizing those individuals who can facilitate the elevation of the collective frequency of the Earth's inhabitants, aka the planetary dwellers, the people who live here. If you can help raise the frequency, you'll probably be utilized in very unique ways. I'm not telling you whether that's good or bad, because some people don't want to be utilized for things. They like, don't sign me up. But the reality of it is, if that's the case, you were already signed up. You know, if you were already chosen for the job, your destiny has already been assigned. If that is the case, and if you fit in that category, you knew that before right now. I'm not telling you anything that you did not know. But that's number one. Just came to me. I'm gonna drop some points. I'm gonna drop some astro gems so you know exactly what the fuck is happening right now. Because you are in Capricorn season, and we're gonna talk about that, and we're gonna talk about the unique things happening right now in Capricorn season. We'll cover about 3 or 4, maybe 5 points. Anything after that, you got to hit me up. You got to hit me up and ask me, oh, well, I'm a Pisces. Oh, well, I'm an Aries. And if you need clarity, then we'll do it from there. But in 2026, and this is not just for me, this goes for Knowledge Born, this goes for Neru, this goes for Killah Priest. Hit that super chat. If you getting enlightened, if you getting inspired, don't just sit back and absorb whatever the light codes coming from motherfuckers. Show that some reciprocation. All right. So I'm just putting it out there right now. I don't know if you got the super chat activated or not, Knowledge Born, but you know, the Podcraft, you know, like none other, one of a kind. So you need to hit that super chat. Keep that energy flowing, reciprocity, give and take. That's what we doing. We feeding each other. We giving light and receiving light. So we're going to go over some basic points tonight. Anything else, if you follow me on social media, then you know the phone number is in my bio. Call my phone. Call that number in the bio. We can set it up. My reading analysis is like an hour long.
Give them the Instagram real quick. My bad.
Oh, Tiye Phoenix. Tiye Phoenix. Instagram Tiye Phoenix. TiyePhoenix. One word, no underscores, no spaces. But the numbers in the bio on Instagram and TikTok. So just hit me up. If you out here operating like it's Taurus season, and we not in Taurus season, we in Capricorn season, you probably, you know, it's hit or miss for you. You know what I mean? You want some clarity? Stop shooting in the dark. You know? Ask those in the know. You feel me? Okay? Now, Knowledge Born, I don't know if you was on and you heard or not, but he's not even on here. But yeah, I said thank you for
I heard everything.
Thank you for asking me to repeat that, Neru, because Neru actually had me repeat that. And I said the universe is best utilizing. Yeah, the universe is best utilizing those individuals who have a role in raising the collective frequency. Now follow me on this. Follow me on this chat. Share it with somebody, chat. Share it with somebody. You're talking about new year, new me. Nah, you all lost. You acting like it's freaking Leo season. And we're not. Leo season is 6 seasons from now. You lost. Stop talking about new year, new me. You don't know what the fuck going on. Oh, shit. Wait, is that? Who's that? That's Priest?
Everybody popping into that. Yeah.
Hey, Priest. Am I seeing it right? I'm looking at my screen. I got it on my laptop. No, I thought I saw Priest, but maybe I didn't.
Yeah.
All right, so check it out. Universe is best utilizing those individuals who will be playing a specific role in the elevation of the collective frequency. those who are raising the frequency, those who are doing music that raises the frequency of those who listen to it, i.e. Neru, i.e. Killah Priest. You feel me? I.e. Tiye Phoenix. If you don't use music, and music is the most potent and most powerful language, right? People say it's a hobby. Yeah, people say it's a hustle. People say, no, it's a language, right? It can be all of those things too, but it's a language. If you're not using the language to tap into people to help them unlock parts of their conscious and subconscious mind and their own personal Akashic records, so they know who they are and who they've always been. If you're not using your creative expression in that way, probably won't be utilized as much. That's just life, right? What I think was a rapper that was like, well, if you can't be used, you're useless. Keep in mind, there's an agenda that is bigger than our personal agenda. There's a universal agenda. There's a cosmic agenda. If you can't facilitate that agenda, why should you be utilized? That's why you're seeing a lot of people being removed, whether they being removed because they caught a case and now they're incarcerated or removed because they whatever. Just if you're not paying attention and you can't see examples of anything I'm saying, you probably just I don't know. I doubt it. You wouldn't even be watching this right now. I'm thinking everybody who's watching this right now is clear. You know what I mean? Or like, yes, I see that there are a lot of elements being removed from the world stage. Everything is changing on the world stage. We're here now. It's the Aquarius age. Everybody, welcome to the A of A, right? So everybody, I'm sure you wouldn't be watching this channel. You would be doing something else, somewhere else, off on that frequency. But if you're here, we're probably, eye level on the same frequency, right? So that's number one. Okay. So the same way people will be utilized to help raise the collective frequency of Earth inhabitants, of people, some people will be removed. That's just that's opposites, Some people step up, some people step down. It's like musical chairs.
Yeah.
Like musical chairs. Well, you know how when you played musical chairs when you was a kid? Some people sat in the chair. Oh, you didn't sit down fast enough. What they do? They pulled the chair from under you, right? That's how that works. It's just no different in life. Second thing, Pluto and Aquarius. I got to talk about it. Talk about the age of Aquarius. Pluto and Aquarius. Oh, first of all, let me go before I go into that. We're going to Pluto and Aquarius off into that tangent. Did you want to say something about what I was saying, Neru, about people being utilized and people being no longer utilized?
I do want to add on to the music piece as far as like what you were saying with it being a language. I think to add on to that, like music is also a vibration, and it can also be, you can change the tunage of the frequency of music. You know what I mean? So if you change it to 432 hertz, which is the natural frequency of the universe, and then you're also putting high vibrational content within the music. You get what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. Let me change that sound. Let me get another. I got a better sound effect than that. Hold on.
You stupid.
I got a better sound effect. Let me see. No, because I was like, that was on point. I gotta find.
The bomb is crazy.
The bomb is out of control. Hold on. I'm about to compliment your sound effect knowledge. I'm just what the hell is that?
You good? What they talking about in the chat?
Here we go. Oh no, I don't know him by heart.
Yes.
Hold on, wait. This one I think is even better. Let me turn it up. You can hear it a little bit or no?
No,
Let me turn it up so it's a little loud. Hold on. Let me see. All right, I'm not gonna play around with this machine. That's enough. That's better. Anyway, I don't even know all my sounds by heart. But that was, you can change the frequency, right? Because we know that music was deliberately, the tunage of music was deliberately changed, right? So that people wouldn't be awakened, right? You know about that, the 440 hertz,
right?
430, yeah. Look at that, Sagittarius don't fuck around. Look.
Yeah, I be knowing my little
Sagittarius. I don't like that sound. Let me find it out. Hold on.
Y'all better hit that super chat.
Okay, I'm not mad at that one. It kind of goes with knowledge and sound a little bit. But no, that's a fact. Changing the tune of the frequency of music so that it would awaken the chakras in people. You know, listen, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Okay, please stop. Please stop. I'm low-key delirious, but it's okay.
Same. Look, we on the same page.
Low-key. Hey, I forgot. That's right. We do have a similar reality. Yeah.
Boss women, man.
Oh my God. So, what were we saying? Pluto and Aquarius. That was the next major point. When we talk about Age of Aquarius, we can't leave out the planet Pluto, which is in Aquarius now for the next 20 years.
Oh, wow.
All of this stuff is going a lot. I mean, honestly, all the planets work together, but a lot of these changes where things are like, people like streets is dead and this is dead, and how you said old systems are dead and all that. That a lot of it is Pluto and Aquarius. Pluto is a planet of rebirth and destruction. They go together. You're not going to have one without the other.
Yeah.
And Aquarius is knowledge and freedom. And it represents groups of people. It's like societies, or collectives of people. So we talking about, that's why now there are more powerful, quote unquote, everyday people than there are, say, celebrities. That's because the power, Pluto also represents power, and Aquarius is the people. So it literally power to the people. That's why there are regular, quote unquote, regular people who are TikTokers that are having a bigger impact than so-called celebrities. That's just the era that we're in. But we talked, listen, I know I was on TikToks 2 years ago talking about the death and rebirth of the modern celebrity. I was talking about that like 2023, telling people like, listen, you know what I mean? You ain't gonna have no boardrooms telling you, oh, these are the celebrities you'll be listening to and looking up to. We don't, now regular people who just they're extraordinary people with talents and gifts and a lot to share, but they're having a bigger impact on the collective, Aquarius, than so-called people who are appointed by some group or some company saying, oh, we're gonna make you a star, we're gonna make you. That's not how that works anymore. That's not how that works anymore. You know what I'm saying? The everyday person can literally be, like I said, more important and just more useful to the people. That's number one. Pluto in Aquarius. Just, you got to know that. And soon it'll be Aquarius season, and all of these planets that are in Capricorn are going to move into Aquarius. We probably have about 10 more days, about 10 or 12 more days, I think, of Capricorn season. Now, let's talk, as we're in Capricorn season, might as well talk about Capricorn season. Capricorn is about doing the work and getting a reward. That's what Capricorn is about. Capricorn is not, well, I'm owed this because I feel like I should have it. Capricorn is, no, I worked for it. I was disciplined. I was committed. I was dedicated. I was focused, and I got the reward. The outcome was the reward. That is the highest expression that's high vibrational Capricorn. That's high vibrational Capricorn. Of course, all the signs have high vibrations and low vibrational expressions. All of them do. But that is high vibrational Capricorn, right? The goat who can stand on the mountain on one leg. You see goats, they know how to balance themselves. And you still, how is this goat sleeping on the side of a mountain and he's not falling off? That is Capricorn, where they have that ability to just balance and maintain themselves in the most, what would seem like the most difficult situations. And that's why Capricorn rules mathematics. Capricorn rules the bones as far as body parts. So we're in Capricorn season, and right now it's heavy Capricorn. So I don't know, that to me, with Mars in Capricorn, the sun is in Capricorn. That's what makes Capricorn season, wherever the sun is. The sun is in Capricorn, and Venus is in Capricorn, and Mercury is in Capricorn. Nothing about that says be lazy to me. Nothing. I don't know. Nothing about that says be lazy. I'm just trying to look at the chat. Can you see what the chat is saying?
Yeah, let me see.
What they talking about?
Capricorn. They say Capricorn is the boss of the zodiac.
Yes, that's facts.
Some of these ain't talking about nothing. It must be a beautiful sight to look at the sun from the surface of Pluto.
I don't know if anybody has ever looked at the surface of Pluto. I've been on the surface of Pluto. But in terms of the planets being real entities or just metaphysical vibrational expressions, that's a whole nother road that we really don't have to go down. Like, they're actually like plane and planet. If you look at the similarity of the word plane and the word planet, whether these are actual, like, they may be actual metaphysical planes. They represent frequencies. That's another conversation, but yeah. But with that being said, Capricorn season, and that is why in the Gregorian calendar, like January 1st is a new year. The taxes switch over. It's based on like fiscal calendar, like the new. So it is a new cycle. Technically, it's the new fiscal year. This is when the taxes start over, right? And again, I think it's based on Pope Gregory. That's why we call it the Gregorian calendar. But then people who follow the astrological new year, and they say the new year is when the spring equinox happens. And that would be the beginning of Aries season. That's when the sun is 0 degrees Aries. So, not here to talk about right cycles versus wrong cycles, because if you subscribe to the idea, well, January 1st, my life started over, I'm not going to argue with you about whether or not your life started over on January 1st, but I will tell you that your real new cycle begins on your birthday, on your solar return. That's your real new cycle. You know what I'm saying? And where we are right now, I would say this is, what I feel stands out. So we have all those planets that I mentioned right now in Capricorn, not just the sun, but the sun, Mars, Venus, and Mercury are all in Capricorn. That is, my mind is made up. That is, I'm very mature when it comes to how I approach money, relationships. That is, I'm very focused and dedicated. Nothing about that says I'm rolling the dice and I'll figure it out later, or I'll see where the chips fall. Nothing about that. Nothing about 4 planets, which we call it a stellium when it's 3 or more. Nothing about a stellium in Capricorn says, I don't really know, I'm winging it, I'm gonna try something different, I'm gonna go against the grain. That's not the energy. Capricorn, especially with Mars, and Mars is exalted in Capricorn. That means when the planet loves being somewhere. So Mars is exalted in Capricorn, and Mars, Venus, Mercury, and the Sun are all in Capricorn. That is you thinking like an adult or as a mature individual. That is you really being focused on a plan. That is you being committed, unwavering in that plan. You know, high vibration Capricorn. That's what we focusing on. So, and opposite all of that Capricorn energy with those 4 planets there or whatever is Jupiter, your ruler as a Sag, Neru. Jupiter in Cancer, opposite that. So we talk about Mars being opposed by the largest planet, Jupiter. Venus and Capricorn being opposed by the largest planet, Jupiter. The Sun opposed by the largest planet, Jupiter. Mercury in Capricorn. That's serious conversations. That's mature conversations. That's you being, like I said, having your mind made up, not your mind all over the place. Well, I don't know. Should I do this? I don't know. I'm going to choose that. You know, like, you know, you could get with this or you could get with that. That's not Mercury in Capricorn. That's not Mercury in Capricorn. Mercury in Capricorn is I'm going this direction because I'm being consistent. Capricorn is consistency. Capricorn is reliability. This is, you know, think about your Capricorn friends when they're in their Capricorn bag. When they're in their Capricorn bag and they're doing their best as Capricorns, high vibrational Capricorn. That's what we're doing. But opposite all of that Capricorn energy is Jupiter in Cancer, expanding that energy, but from a more emotion-based place, more related to issues of comfort. So if you're thinking about your commitments and your folk, even when people come up with New Year's resolution lists, they're like, oh, I'm gonna eat better, I'm gonna work out or whatever, I'm gonna whatever like Capricorn is about commitment. So when people January 1st decide they want to come up with a list of things they want to be committed to, it does correspond to the energy. It does. So with Jupiter opposite all of that, Jupiter in Cancer, shout out to Cancers. If you're a Cancer, shout out to my Cancer tribe. Jupiter is in our sign until next spring. Jupiter only gonna be on your sign once every 12 years. And shout out to my Cancers, taking advantage of it. You know, if you can, please take advantage of it. Please tap in. It's you being amplified, and that could be good or bad. Jupiter just expands everything it touches. That could be good or bad. 50 Cent is a Cancer. You know, whether you think what he's doing right now is right or wrong and how he does what he does, but that's an example of Jupiter being on your sun. You definitely going to be amplified. Definitely going to get more focus and attention. Now, like I said, Jupiter is opposite all of that stuff in Capricorn. So there's an intensity there with all of those planets in Capricorn. There is an intensity that is being fed because Cancer and Capricorn on the same axis. They just opposites. So if you want more clarity on that, just like I said, hit me up. If you're a Cancer, if your sun sign is in Cancer, or your Venus is in Cancer, or your Mars is in Cancer, or whatever, and you haven't been aware of this Jupiter, like I talked to a Cancer the other day, and I don't think she was aware of it, and I was like, ooh. I think I try my best to tell all my fellow Cancers, because I'm a Cancer as well. Sun is a Cancer as well. You got to take advantage of this Jupiter over the next 6 months. It was there for a while, gonna be there for another 6 months. It's retrograde. That's the thing. Jupiter is retrograde right now. So I'll use myself as an example, Neru. So for Jupiter in Cancer retrograde, going back and then talking about crown loads, where, you know, eventually, you know, it crown loads being celebrated in that respect. That's all Jupiter related stuff. You know, it's just the energy. So yeah, I'm gonna stop though, because I'm sure you have something you want to say.
No, you building. I'm gonna be real. Astrology is not my strong suit, so I'm when it comes to it. The chat is tapping in. What they talking about?
I'm seeing something about blood sacrifices. I don't know. I guess they're having a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, I just skipped over that one completely.
Yeah.
Go ahead, just I don't know. The Andromeda galaxy is hurtling towards the Milky Way at about 110 kilometers per second. It is worth taking her impact into account.
Okay, they talking about a lot of different things.
Yeah. Capricorn one more time. What y'all talking about?
Talking about galaxies and Andromeda, and
yeah,
you know, I hope they give me these gems though. You know,
hope y'all.
I'm telling people how to move out here, but you know. And so in terms of the fourth thing, I know I'm keeping track. The fourth main point I want to make is what is retrograde right now. So Jupiter, like I said, is retrograde. Saturn used to be, is not anymore. Mercury was retrograde, not anymore. Neptune was retrograde, not anymore. Uranus, however, still retrograde. So Jupiter and Uranus are both still retrograde. Basically, I'm going to give you the short version. Uranus is retrograde in Taurus. What that means is that you should be going over innovative ways to make money. The way that you probably think is the most conventional, that probably is going to be the way to get you fucking paid. I'm just keeping it real. The universe is giving you an opportunity to go back and just kind of like review that. Also to review your morals and your standards. Got to go back. I mean, as you see, the universe is not playing as far as people just out here wilding with no morals. As you see that, like that doesn't go, that's not going well. So Taurus is retrograde in Taurus. Taurus is the sign of morals and standards and principles. Also innovative, maybe new ways of you creating a diet, like you having a diet that's based on knowledge. Like not just diet based on what I like to eat because it tastes good, but like actual higher knowledge, using that to inform your diet, because Uranus is knowledge and Taurus is food. So those are just a couple things. Also technology, using technology responsibly. Uranus is technology, and again, Taurus is morals. So, you know, there's a big debate right now, you know, been going on for a while about whether or not, you know, AI, you know, and that was actually the third verse on on A of A, talking about whether or not AI is a friend to humanity or an enemy. Is it a competitor? Like, are we competing against AI? Are people using it correctly? I believe, you know, AI is not going to disappear anytime soon, but I feel like as an artist, as a musician, as a creative anyway, maybe you write stories, whatever you do, I feel like if you use AI, you should use it responsibly, to inform your creativity, not to replace your brain, because your brain is like dead. That's just, but that is Uranus retrograde in Taurus, you using technology in a responsible way. So those are just like some of the things that you know, can be covered. I would say some of the things, the ways that you can see Uranus retrograde in Taurus play out. And when the retrograde is over, it'll leave Taurus and go back in Gemini. And it's really, if you listen to people like me, or even Neru, what you were talking about, tuning the frequencies, and you listen to, you know, certain rappers that go off with the high level lyricism, and you lost, you're gonna really be lost. Because once Uranus goes back into Gemini, it was there for a while. It was there a while ago. Like with that whole Kendrick situation, when he's a Gemini, and when Uranus was in Gemini, that's when that whole thing exploded with him. So it left Gemini, went back on Taurus, but when it's done and it comes back into Gemini going forward, yeah.
You missed it.
Oh, you're gonna be listening to rappers like, I don't understand. Like, you really not gonna be. Crownloads is that's light. That's no pun intended. That's light work. You're gonna be really lost. Uranus and Gemini is an advanced forward thinker, and hip hop lyricism is going. It's been building, as you see, it's been building like where it's kind of shooting up to higher levels. Like the music is changing. Like we're changing. But when Uranus goes back into Gemini in a couple months, if you slow, you're gonna really struggle. You have a hard time.
That's crazy. I wanted to ask you with the retrograde piece. So when different planets is in retrograde, it all means different things. Like it behaves differently and it could impact us differently. Because when people talk about retrograde, it just be like Mercury is in retrograde or the planet's in retrograde, but they never go into detail.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Annoyingly so. Yes. And shout to Neru for that question.
Yeah, man.
They should have never gave me sound effects, right? I'm just plugging in my phone so it won't die. That was an excellent question. Does retrogrades affect us? Does it affect how we behave? You're saying, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So let me tell you the spiritual meaning of retrogrades. Shout to GU Dollar. I see you, GU Dollar. I see you in the chat. GU Dollar produced Crownloads, Limitless, and Scared of the Rebel. So shout to GU Dollar.
Fire.
Yeah, it's crazy. So here, we're not going to do surface level astrology, right? We're going to really go into the spiritual meanings and the objective of what I believe astrology should help you achieve, which is soul development. Soul development, like developing you as a soul. So retrogrades are basically periods where you have the opportunity to revisit a previous experience or previous thought process because either you didn't have all the information that you needed to make certain decisions, and this is ongoing. Like Mercury retrograde is 3 times a year. I think Venus retrograde is like every 18 months. They're not, the planets they have their own retrograde cycles. But the purpose of whatever planet it is retrograde is for you to go back and review previous territory so that you can revisit that territory with a different mindset, because either you learned some information that you didn't have. So now you can operate differently. You can behave differently, make different choices. Like sometimes in life, we like, my mind is made up. I'm doing this. My mind is made up. I'm going in this direction, But that's only based on what you know. As soon as you find out some other shit, as soon as you got some privy to some other things, you're like, oh, hold on. Hold on. Let me revisit this. So retrogrades have 3 phases. Okay? Chat. Clock it. All right? Clock it. So when people on your timeline talk about such and such retrograde, you can kind of assess what they're saying with a little bit deeper understanding, and you could also check them. Be like, check, hey, you didn't cover this, right? So clock this T right here, right? Clock this astro T. It's 3 phases of a retrograde. When it stops, it goes backwards. Seemingly goes backwards. Doesn't really go backwards, but seemingly goes backwards. And then stations and goes forward again. And that represents 3 stages of consciousness. Because you have 1 stage of consciousness when it started. When it went back over those previous degrees, now you have like new information or a new outlook on things. That's the 2nd phase of consciousness. And then when it goes direct, that's the 3rd. Now you have a 3rd phase of consciousness. This is all the time. Every retrograde. So you basically don't have all the information or all the understanding or all the solutions or all the different strategies. You don't. That's just life. You have what you know today. Tomorrow, Neru, you might learn something else and be like, oh, I'm completely changing my mindset about such and such. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's real.
So life gives you an opportunity to revisit different things because you're smarter at a later date. That's the beautiful part about it. You know today what you didn't know 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And 2 weeks from now, you might know something else that you didn't know right now. And the more you know, you can make better informed decisions about how to be you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're ultimately your higher self. That's ultimately it's when you're tapped in, your higher self is always giving you guidance on how you can be better at being you. So that's what retrogrades are for. Now, they all don't have the same meaning. Venus retrograde is relationship based, and it's based on money. Like maybe you have different perspective on resources, or you have some things you learned from a previous relationship or whatever. Mercury retrograde can be that too, but Mercury retrograde is just heavily about communication and local travel and distance, like close distances, and your siblings and things like they all have different things that they represent. The planets have, different things they represent. But that is the spiritual meaning and purpose of retrogrades, for you to revisit an experience, a situation, a mindset, a reality, so that you can gain more knowledge or perspective so that you can approach your life differently in some way. Because ultimately that's going to benefit you in the long run. It's the universe telling you that you just don't know everything and you need to revisit things.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is such a gift.
Okay. Yeah, retrogrades are so sensationalized now, and now it's like a mainstream thing. They have it in propaganda, I feel like. So it's taken away from the actual meaning of what it actually is. And that was an amazing breakdown. So I hope the chat got that.
See, we have to rely on our own sound effects because Knowledge Born is wherever he is. He can't drop the bomb on it because he's done gone off somewhere. So I had to rely.
No, we like your bombs too.
I knew he was going to come back.
Look, he's going to slide in.
That's the second best.
I do not stand in the kitchen where black women is talking, okay? That's how you get cut. You slide out the kitchen, you take out the trash, and you wash the dishes, man. Like, that's it. The whole room stopping. All them black women look at you like, what you doing in here? You understand? In your own house. It could be your own house. They don't care nothing about what you doing in here. Get up out of here.
We was in here cooking.
Yeah.
Now we was not. No, Neru asked a dope question about, do retrogrades affect how we behave, because it's been so sensationalized and watered down and people just retrograde is like a buzzword, you know. It's like
that's what happened when you put raisins in the potato salad. They don't belong there. They don't. They put apples and raisins in the potato salad, and now the potato salad is everywhere. You know, it's not. You got to keep stuff in your house. Everything is not meant to be for sale. So when your craft is put out there for sale and people get to look at your craft, now the people who cannot be masters or craftsmen or apprentice or fellows of the craft, they say, okay, I can do this aspect right here. What I can do is I can take the craft and sensationalize it and make it sound like a novelty versus a reality. So they look at it from a novelty perspective. So everybody has a tarot deck now. Everybody has a tarot deck. There's nothing to it, right? And everybody's striving to give you a reading on your life. You know, oh, what are your love languages? Oh, this means that it's this, that. Oh, what's your life path number? Oh, what's your what's that other thing they be talking about? Oh, this is a personal year for you, and then everybody got something for you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, oh, you an innovator? Are you a destroyer? Or are you like all of these things in regards to that? When it looks and appears like a novelty, the novice has no idea that their destiny is to become a master craftsman anymore. So they're just like, oh, I'm good with being a novice. I could read a couple of pages from this book and I could go teach the science. Oh, and it should be free. I shouldn't have to pay you. You see what I'm saying? Once you put the sensationalism there and it becomes something that the general public grasps the hold of, and there's no labor that's involved, it seems like this is what it looks like. So now everybody can tell you. They telling you all day, Todd. They forget you a master astrologist and they telling you about retrograde. Instead of coming to ask you, like Neru did, he was like, "Hey, yo, fam, what's up with this retrograde talk? Like, what it really mean?" Mm-hmm. And now you could get some insight into that. So because that question asked, or instead of somebody saying, "Oh, you know, retrograde, that's BS, man. They just making up stuff." You understand what I'm saying? They asked the same question Neru did, but they used the sarcasm and all of the other aspects to try to make it seem like they don't want to know, and they really want to know. So instead of coming to sit at your feet to learn or paying you for a consultation or reading for some direction and some guidance in their life, they're going to try to use this other approach to make it seem like, oh, that ain't important.
Exactly.
That's what it is. Neru, I know you got to go. I'm about to tie for like 10 more minutes because she about to go too. But tell us about this event one more time. The Tiye Phoenix is over here performing. You know, she's going to bring all of the Crownloads. You know what I'm saying? If you see her in person, you know, you can schedule a reading, fam. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you can maximize these services. So I'm going to be quiet. Neru, please tell us where we can find you. Tell us about Saturday. Tell us about all of the alls, okay? Straight from the fourth chamber. Straight from the perfect place.
Yeah, man. So many dope things going on. If you're in the DMV, Baltimore, Maryland, Virginia area, tap in. We got the fourth chamber release party this Saturday. It's at 401 East Pratt Street, top of the World Trade Center, downtown Baltimore, 7 p.m. $15 on the early bird tip, $25 at the door. And we got amazing performers like Tiye Phoenix, myself. We have Jay Mills, we have Bumpy X, we have Queen Ife, Zanzaria, Anti Morgan on the sounds, Knowledge Born hosting, special appearances by Sekou the Madman.
Absolutely. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
Get your tickets, okay? Thank you, Neru, for coming through, showing love. See you on Friday, Saturday. You understand what I'm saying? So let me play this real quick. Because Tiye here, I want to get Ty's take on this real quick right here. On this fourth chamber joint right here.
It's the mark of booty.
Check.
Nah. Love the Royal Priesthood. Mark the Buddha, Sekou the Madman, Killah Priest, Fourth Chambers, Fourth Fugee. This beat sound like something I wear. You dig? Yo, hold on my people, why you walking around like you equal? They wrote you in as 3/5, what we gon' do about this? Talk too much, you end up like Jimi Hendrix in 27 Club. You want that knowledge, well I'm the plug. Knowledge itself is the drug, and I keep dropping the nugs. Culture pushing, wisdom spitting, pimping simpletons into listening. Yawning while you spewing fiction. I can feel the tensions in your intentions. I wonder if that's shots in heaven. If God is white, why he write that bronze was the sun? They give us reparations, that's when the apocalypse begun. Yeah. Red rhyme, okay. Red rhyme, better rhyme. Grab your guns, daughters and sons. Wasn't long ago when they had us hung. Blood on the leaves, frontal crumbled in between. Exhale for my ancestors that prevailed. We inhale, so we inhale, dodging death every day. Just happy I'm here to tell the tale. Meanwhile, y'all with the pigs and them tattletales. I'ma just be a scientist if it all fails. Mixing chemicals like a cocktail. My tree smell like it's from the tropical. So not for sale, never settle. Follow the tears on the trail. Nah.
That whole African American thing is to omit, you see, the indigenous black man of this particular land. When we brought the African American term, we cut out all of the Caribbean, all of South America, all of Latin America. This is another way to reclassify you, you see what I'm saying, outside of power.
We got blacks, whites, brown and yellow. We got red, those with dreads found from the ghetto. We got bullet led and misled, the smile of the devil. On the face of the moon, heart pound like a rebel. Hear the sound of the metal. War in Iraq, 6 feet underground with the shovel. All over the map, the Bible said signs of the time. The Torah said that's your God, not mine. The Holy Quran says it's all Allah designed. The Buddhist says let's meet at the shrine. Thou shalt not eat of the swine. That you is the cut, sure as blue as the blood. Killah Priest in the temple, Neru is the love.
That's a political move that was put in by the government to break you down to this subclass, you see, and not be a world community. So to call you an African American is to disconnect you from that global community and that great diaspora that we were talking about. So that's a political move. Yes, come on. The average Native American was this brother's complexion at the turn of the century. Now when you say Native American, it's some white person with a feather in his hair.
All right, we back.
So your thoughts. And Priest called me. He told me to give you mad love, honor, and respect, Ty. You know what I'm saying? They out there doing they do. You know what I'm saying? To Killah Priest. You understand what I'm saying? So he told me to tell you, Tiye Phoenix is only right that she reigns. You understand what I'm saying? So
shout out to Priest. Shout out to Priest. I love that. I hope that group performs that song on Saturday. I'm looking forward to hearing that. Yeah, that video too is dope.
Yeah, and it's a continuation from my understanding. The brother Joy who shot the video, he shot Perfect Place, he shot T-Break, and he shot Fourth Chamber. And visually, he puts them all in the video. So it's like one story, next story, cinematically. So, pretty dope.
I love it.
Pretty dope.
Well, I love it. It's the music, like we was talking about when Neru was on, we were building. Mm-hmm. Neptune, that's the last thing. I think I made 4 points, and this is the last one. Neptune, which is the planet that rules music, is direct, and in terms of spirituality, in terms of people really tapping into the essence of what music is about, which is that you pull music from a mystical place. You pull music from a mystical place and bring it down into reality. Music is mystical. So we about to really just, and I was just saying that because that song kind of gives me that. It gives me like mystical vibes. So Neptune is direct. It's
you
at
said
the
magical
last degree.
mystical vibes?
Huh?
Magical mystical vibes?
Magical mystical vibes. You are playing. I'm about to go knowledge though, but anybody who wants clarity on that, please hit me up. Like, I'm doing readings. I've been doing a couple of them here and there. It's a lot going on. About to be in a new world in a couple months. Saturn, Neptune will be in Aries, and yeah. So I'm about to go. Thank you for having me. So great building with Neru.
Don't go yet. Give me one more second.
Don't go yet.
Give me 2 more seconds. 2 more seconds.
I gotta leave too.
Yeah, give me 2 more seconds because I want the live reaction of carrying the culture, giving you top project of the year 2025. I want the people to hear it from the man himself. You understand what I'm saying? Just give me a few more seconds. That's all. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be able to pop your collar out here. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been a long time coming for those of in your support realm who've been speaking about you and your talents and your gifts and your skills. Priest being one of the highest high ones. You understand what I'm saying? Myself, Kai Zodiac, and the conglomerate. You know what I'm saying? Respect my conglomerate. You understand? So my man from Heritage Hip Hop, Karev, my brother Karev, you understand what I'm saying?
Shout to Heritage Hip Hop, yep.
Very, very vocal about it. You see what I'm saying? It's a one aspect to, like something in private, but to proclaim it in the public is a whole nother thing.
I love it. And I'm loving how people that I respect, people that I respect me. And that's that means more than anything.
And it's not. It's based off of the skill set and the talent and the work ethic and the versatility and all of that. You understand what I'm saying? It's not. This ain't a machine, right? You know what I'm saying? This ain't a machine where we got some payola situation going on and we just putting our stamp of approval on pay us. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Like there's a place for that, but in the space of authenticity and reality, you understand what I'm saying? That this is it. So what he said in regards to his sentiments, I'm gonna play it right now.
Okay, thank you.
If you listen to the project and you don't feel the same way, you on the wrong side of it. That's all I gotta say. So here we go.
For me, again, I was flip-flopping back and forth like crazy. Our project of the year, Tiye Phoenix, Crownloads. This project is extremely important in my opinion. Like, I've shared this with people that are like going through stuff. This project touches on a lot of everyday real world problems and there's things going on. And she does it in a way where it's sonically crazy. The beats are crazy. Her bars are on point. She's rhyming about tetrahedrons and shit. Like it's next level. And it left me feeling uplifted when I listen. Every time I listen to it, it leaves me feeling uplifted and feeling good. But it's a banger. Like, if that makes sense. Like it's not some hokey shit. It's like some banging shit. But it's really, really conscious and it's really uplifting and really empowering. And it's my project for project of the year. It's very short. It's only 21 minutes, but that's how good it is to me. Nothing else made me feel what I felt after listening to this project this year. Some things came close, but this one was the home run. So salute to Tiye Phoenix, project of the year. Peace.
Yes.
Shout to carrying the culture. Shout to carrying the culture for literally carrying the culture. Like it's not one of these hip hop sites that just jumped on the bandwagon. This has been a long time that carrying the culture has been literally doing that. So shout to them and for hearing it, because like he said he struggled, and I know sometimes when you're walking a path singularly, well, not singularly, I'm not the only one, but when you're walking a path where you decide to follow your own mind and you follow your own divine guidance, and you know it might not match fully what everybody else is doing and what everybody else commonly agrees on, and you like, fuck that, I gotta stay true to me, you know. And I'm convinced that you know, somebody will hear it. You guys hear it, like you said, you hear it, Priest, Ka, you know, so people know, you know what I mean? But I was very honored, very, very honored. Great way to come into 2026.
There's nothing like having your offering received. You gave an offering, like, you know, earlier in the build I was building with Neru in regards to that. You know, when I sit down to write, when I sit down to create, when I go into the deeper recesses of my mind of who I create for, I see this young man, 7 or 8 years old. He's charged with giving his gifts, his talents, his thoughts, his dreams to the world. And every time he shares them, somebody takes him out of the dream world and brings him back to quote unquote reality. Like, well, in real life, it doesn't work that way. Well, let me tell you, no, he's going through that. So to the point where he is now questioning himself. What am I here for? Why am I here? You understand what I'm saying? Like, you ever been someplace out and about, you're like, what am I doing here? Or you out with somebody and, you know, y'all thinking y'all about to get closer in y'all connection. You're like, what am I doing here? Now you're in a space where you're like, yo, did I waste my time? And with your gifts, with your talents, with your skills, which we're here to give to the world, Todd. Like, you like, I know it's been moments where you like, yo, what is it worth it? Is it still worth it? Is anybody hearing me out here? Is anybody hearing what I'm saying? You understand? Is anybody feeling what I'm saying? Because it's deeper for you, right? So when he said, I felt this, it made me feel this way, that's as close as you could get to the heart of your pen. You're like, all right, God, I can keep on doing this because somebody felt this. You know what I'm saying? So when I was interviewing Billy Danz, I told him I tried to get as close to your pen as possible. He said, I'm going to the studio after this. He went crazy. Like, he had a moment like, yo, how did you get this? Like, all these people heard this, but how did you get this? So it's different when somebody strives to get what your intent was. Not even your message, because the message it comes when you are prepared for it, what your intent was. So, you know, God judges by our intentions, right? Not necessarily our actions all the time. So what was your intent? In order to prove you culpable, they need motive, means, and opportunity. So motive is intent. Means that you have the way to do it. You know what I'm saying? And opportunity. Did you have opportunity to be able to do it? And those are things that make you culpable. But thank you, Ty. Thank you for this offering. Thank you for this elevation. Thank you for this graduation. Thank you for staying committed, because you could be doing anything else and creating anything else, but calling us to task and holding us accountable and raising the standard for us to graduate, right? For us to have a graduation, for us to, you know, utilize the talents and skills to make this next shift possible. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you for being a shifter and a molder in regards to calling forth those who will continue on this path. And if the path looks good, it looks properly lit. You understand what I'm saying? It looks properly lit, and it looks attractive, you know, for others to follow. So thank you. Your final words before you go. I know you got to go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Being a shifter, like, that's the thing. It takes a certain level of heart to be a shifter, because everybody don't want to be out there. Everybody don't want to feel like they out there on their own. Everybody don't want to feel like, you know, I see something in the distance and maybe I'm seeing it early. Maybe other people don't see it. Maybe they'll never see it. But, you know, I mean, eventually, like if you're a shifter, that's what you're supposed to do. Shout to the shifters, you know what I mean? Shout to all the shifters. If you're here to shift things, then there are going to be times when you're going to see things early that other people not going to get till later. That's just comes with being a shifter. You're shifting people's mindsets. You're shifting people's. There's some people that are doing things that everybody has already accepted, and that's comfortable. That's safe. Being a shifter is not a safe place. It's not a safe place. But what I have been doing, knowledge, in terms of continuing this role as a shifter, is just really just, you know, as the times progress, the shifters will be the norm. That's all I can say. Like, the shifters will be the norm. It won't be, oh, there's this everybody else that, you know, we comfortable with, and then there's these people over here. Sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't. It's as the vibration changes, the shifters will be the norm. Yeah, that part. And the people that thought they were just falling in comfortably doing what everybody else was comfortable with, they will be obsolete. I haven't been wrong about anything I've said yet. I said the A of A was going to happen, and now people are saying the streets is dead. I was saying the A of A earlier, as you know, when people were like, what the fuck is she talking about? Well, it is what it is. So eventually the shifters will not be outliers, as they're called. They're called outliers. People who are outside of the standard. They're not going to be the outliers. That's just when Uranus goes into Gemini, they won't. But, you know.
They're going to learn today. Okay.
They're going to learn today. Shout to you. Shout to Carry the Culture. Shout to Karev from Heritage Hip Hop. Because earlier in the year, he gave me, they had their awards, and he gave me an award. I don't want to mispronounce the award. I don't want to mispronounce the award. But he did give me an award earlier this year as well. So I'm just happy that people hear it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy people hear it. Like you said, some days you can be like, should I be doing this?
Mm-hmm.
And then other days, let's keep it real. Other days you be like, but I know I'm killing it. I know that shit right there is not killing it.
Mm.
Like some days I'm just keeping it real. Some days you like, that is not that good. That is not that good. What's wrong? Nothing's wrong with my ears.
The holy writings are plain, though, right? There's a part in the Quran and part in the Bible. Just think about if Jesus is real, right? Jesus is real to people, right? So imagine Jesus having to wait 2,000 years for anybody to figure out who he was and what he was doing.
Right.
2,000, right? So does it those days, like the days and times that they described, and he was on the run. There was people that he couldn't trust. He was around all kind of people. People were trying to stone him. All kind of, like his main man turned him into the police. They gave him a kangaroo trial. You understand what I'm saying? Like they telling you of the times that was the thing that's there. So think about this 2,000 year time span, right? The Holy Quran talks to and about Muhammad. Like, yo, fam, we had a bad day today. Oh, or let me tell you about these people who came before you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, oh, they was trying to stone you, Muhammad. Oh, let me tell you about this dude right here. Have a seat. So if you choose this lane and this path, you don't always get what's due to you in the season, right? So when you talked about the transits and it coming back around, an opportunity to go back again and get it is something different now. But if you the mind frame like, "Whoa, it's me." You'll miss it twice. You won't miss it once. You'll miss it twice. You know what I'm saying? So you're giving people and arming people with an opportunity to not miss what they may have missed, what their mothers may have missed, what their grandmothers, grandfathers may have missed in this time for them now. So it repairs it all, not just you. Because if once you get better, everybody in your circumference gets better. So the more insight you have into the aspects of self from these perspectives, the better you are. You can have an understanding, like, all right, this ain't the time for that, right? You said you have to know what astrological season you're in, and in essence, what season you are in your life. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, don't be bringing Aries to the Leo party. They both fire, but they not applicable in this particular point. So knowing where and what is applicable and when and how is the greatest gift you can give to the gifts and talents that you receive. Knowing how to utilize them, knowing when to hold them and knowing when to fold them is what they say. So
you got to do what you were assigned to do.
That's it. That's it.
You got to do what you're assigned to do. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes if you know, like, you were assigned to do something, even if it doesn't look like on the outside, you can't worry about that. Like, if you know you following the course, even if it doesn't, like, that's what faith is. Faith is, I'm looking outside and it doesn't look like but I know I was told. I know I was given an instruction. I know I was given a melody. I know I was given a hook. I know I was given a whole concept for an album. I know I was given, like, when you know, even if it doesn't look like it outside,
right?
You gotta stay true to that. If you
Walking
know,
by
like,
faith, not by sight. What you saying? Yeah.
walk by faith, not by sight. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why Tamal said he gave people. Didn't he say, I gave people that album that was going through stuff?
Do something. Yes. So
And
if that
anybody didn't go get
little
Crownloads,
boy
go
heard
get
that,
it.
right? If that little boy heard the Crownload album, he heard you say, "I don't care what they say." You understand what I'm saying? You do it rhythmically, you do it from a vocal perspective, but that's a mantra. I don't care what they say. You know, I'm not going to allow myself to be denied based off of where I am within myself. Yeah. So he's going to do it regardless. And the people that he's doing it for might be 100 years, 200 years, 2,000 years from now, and they'd be like,
Yeah,
"Yo,
you
this little boy
can't
did that for
really
me."
worry. I mean, you can't really worry so much about how it lands. You just got to follow the instruction to do it because he was told to do it. And,
that's it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, and people are not deaf. They might be dumb, but they're not deaf. Like, somebody gonna speak up. You know what I'm saying? Like you or Karab, somebody gonna speak up. And like you said, this is not a payola situation. It's not like, this is not politics. Nobody's sitting around questioning whether or not I'm an industry plant. You feel me? Like, this is organic. So yeah.
And one day we're gonna get into the real Tiye Phoenix story. I don't think you've ever really shared it with everybody. I think with this EP was the closest, this TP EP Crownloads is the closest we have ever gotten in regards to, some of the things, right? Some of the things in regards to you. So, there's stories, there's trials, there's tribulation, life be life in, reset. You understand what I'm saying? And then, intricate questions of the time, right? So a thought leader, a thought philosopher, a thought shaper, a thought shifter and molder sees something on the horizon and questions it. So, AI's been a big discussion, right? You ain't hide it. You put it to the forefront. Like, all right, like, what we doing with this? Like, what's this? Is this useful land? You see what I'm saying? Like, all of the aspects of this. Like, all right, I'm a shifter. Like, where the rebels at? You scared of you scared of the rebel? Are you on the wrong side of the rebel or on the right side? You understand what I'm saying? Like, so these aspects in regards to life, in regards to philosophy, in regards to our relationship to the universe and the universe having a relationship with us, and then every day-to-day things, every day-to-day things, all of these aspects, there are answers, there's crown loads within crown loads, and all of it, and right, the capstone and the base of the pyramid is just hip-hop. It look like hip-hop, it feel like hip-hop, it sound like hip-hop, but it's medicine, it's not poison. The difference is in the dosage, right? So it's medicine instead of poison. Because that medicine could be poisonous to you and toxic and take you up out of here. But this healing modality that exists in the medicine of this hip-hop could resurrect you from a dead level to a living perpendicular and set you on a course trajectory for your future. Optimally,
Exactly.
your best self. Your great-grandchildren can glean from the experience of the changes in the work that you do in the shadows, right? Shout out to the shadow work course that you provided over the years to be able to go into that depths, the deepest aspects of yourself and shine a light and, walk with the people.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you on that. Basically, also people have to remember that the art is constantly evolving. Art is constantly evolving. So the only way it evolves is when people contribute to it. And the art is not, I always look at, I'm gonna be like real, like the art is not that good where my shit should be rejected. And that's just my honest opinion. It ain't that good to be like, well, we got all this good shit and you just lost in the sauce. Your shit ain't really leveling up. Like we just inundated with great shit over here and your shit is like a little bit below that. No, the standard ain't that. The standard ain't hitting like that to where niggas need to be rejecting my shit. That's how I look at it.
You do manifestation. We do a divine alignment.
I must be tired. I'm talking crazy because but it's true. It's true though. It's not that good. Matter of fact, it's average shit being called good, and it's horrible shit being called average. Like it's not. It's not that great out here. Like it's bad. We are now in terms of just like all these changes that we've been discussing, the shifting of the climate and all that. Now we're getting it's turning, the tide is turning to where people who care. That's what I'm saying. People who care will now have greater opportunity to have what they create be celebrated or to be acknowledged in some way, because you have to care. That's the thing. You got to care in order to contribute something that's going to be impactful or useful or, like you said, beneficial in the long term. You have to care. And a lot of people, you can tell they don't care. This is not just me being condescending. I'm saying a lot of people don't care, and you hear it in what they've shared with the world. And based on other factors, whether it be clout, popularity, or whatever, what they've created and shared is called good. And that is who you're affiliated with, the clout you've attained, viral 2 times last month, all that shit might be true. That don't make the music good. That don't make the music beneficial long term to the culture. It's a lot of factors that go. My point is that, yeah, I don't think where the situation is now, because we're kind of in the middle of like a shift. We're approaching a shift. It's not, it's there's no way that I feel like my music should be under acknowledged. There's no way. And I'm sure a lot of artists feel that way about their music. And you should, I guess, if it's your music. But what I'm saying is, based on where the culture stands, where the quality of the music stands, people who are like myself, who are shifters, there's no way we should be ignored. That's all I'm saying. I hope that made sense. It wasn't just me condescending other people. It was me saying, like, based on how crappy things got, people who are trying should at least be, at the very least, it should be like, this motherfucker's trying. You know what I mean? Like, because some people not. They not. Let's just be real. I guess I've said enough. It's true. It's true. We got people being called goats that never even put out full albums. It's crazy. It's crazy out there. It's crazy. But that's neither here nor there. At the end of the day, thank you, Knowledge. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love coming on the craft. I love Priest. I love Ka. I love heritage, carrying the culture. Anybody who is not based, like, the love is not based on bullshit. It's based on what your heart genuinely tells you is correct. And that means a lot. A lot of music, you know, a lot of music to come. That's all I can say. A lot of music to come.
That's it. The great Tiye Phoenix, ladies and gentlemen, one of the best to do it. The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. And that's the bottom line, because Knowledge born. Okay. So we out of here, y'all. Next week. So if y'all in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, okay. If you in, New York, New Jersey, you in PA, whether you in Erie or you in Philly,
DMV, all of that. Come on out.
All of that. If you're in Boston, if you're in Connecticut, wherever you at, if you're in Wakanda, you know what I'm saying? Converge on this location, top of the World Trade Center, Baltimore, in the harbor. You understand what I'm saying? Come see Tiye P and watch she rain. You know what I'm saying? And everybody else that's gonna be there. This
Let me
album
turn this equipment off.
is gonna be dope. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to Sekou the Madman, Marco Buddha, Sniper B, everybody that's gonna be there. The Queen J Mills, Ife, everybody who's gonna bless the mic on some way or the other. And come see the host with the most. You understand what I'm saying? Come see the host with the most. Start your 2026 off right. Whether it's your new year or your old year. You understand? Start your 2026 off right. You understand? So with that, I'm gonna say peace and love. Ty, thank you. You understand what I'm saying?
Thank you, Knowledge.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. And we up out of here.
All right.
For the podcast tomorrow. Shout out to AD. Shout out to Killah Priest. Shout out to the fam. Peace, y'all.
No doubt.
Silent. Rain and thunder, the pain I'm under. Paranoid, I keep seeing the same numbers. Even on the train that's coming. Lights in the tunnel. I'm standing at the terminal of eternal jewels.
God is love. It's either that you just did. The same thing that created the tree created me. The same elements that created water created you. element that creates the wind and the rain created woman. God is everyone and everywhere.
I said it before, I'm a melody, a metaphor. I'm the L-O-V-E, comma, MC, comma, mentor, comma, Assalamu alaikum, breaking, Satan, embracing the day sun with night arms, quite calm. You see peace as we sleep, as you stare in the spheres, you hear light bombs, distorted noise, distant thunder, a sense of joy and mystic wonders. Spring is escorted into fall's courthouses in the winter season to visit summers.
The moon and the stars, the fields full of grain, the soft summer breezes and the mountain rains, it all belongs to my father.
Abba now is Shabbat Shemayim, Orion, Holy Mount Zion, snowy owls flying. I watched them closely, then slowly they morphed into Kobe Bryant. Talking, what is he saying? Then behind him I saw thousands of musicians playing instruments, intimate, actors and entertainment giants, masters of science. Hit a path with their guidance. I'm in the craft when I'm writing. I am brass, I am diamonds. I wear a mask to keep them shining.
I believe in man. I believe in woman. I believe that we can change anything that's wrong. I believe that God gave every man and every woman the power to change, to cause effect, to treat people decently. We have the power to feed the hungry children or not to feed. We have the power to give and administer justice or non-justice. We have the power for everything.
I dissolve the Old and New Testament like it's a peppermint. These gospels open up my nostrils. The treatment's like a medicine. It secretes within my tonsils. Then I speak counsels to my apostles. Like it's heaven sent, like Jesus in the Nephilims. I'm in past and present tense. To a master devil Schmidt, to the upper class of presidents. Whether testosterone or estrogen.
Wait a minute, the colossal bones left evidence. Paintings of these ancient astronauts on these stones are copper tones. Solo, let's make an instrument. Chisel, now place the rocks on his phone. Then put it in this box that's unknown. The sun is hot, ozone, layer, prayer, watch. Time stops the invention of hip-hop. This is a microphone. The scenery is like a twilight zone. That's how I write poems. As I hone in my third eye combs. Then combs through ancient black civilizations and highlight thrones. Blood type Israelite to the real Christ is shown.
Do you believe in God? That is God to me. God is trees, air, women, men, children. We are made in his image. So my philosophy is if we're in his image, we must really be close to him. So man and woman must be a part of him. That is God.
From the darkness came in the light. Bed-Stuy. I'm from Gateshead. I was born in Bushwick. My upbringing is in Bed-Stuy. And a lot of MCs came through my block. A lot. Big Daddy Kane, Jay-Z, Jazzo. And a lot of them came on. My block was like a haven for that. I'm a fan of rap and all of it. So just being just being a fan of it made me want to push a little harder. You know what I'm saying? I had a mixture of gods and Hebrew Israelites and Islam, you know, so it came from a lot of mixture. I kind of like had a lot of this energy that was in there, so it's like a different type of philosophies in there. But But they didn't give it, when it came in, it's slick because it never was just set. It was like, you got a demo deal. So the demo deal, at first you stress out, like, damn, I got a demo deal. That's good. But just say deal. You know, once you hand in the songs, then you got the deal. So I handed in the song. But I wanted to hear, yo, the deal is yours. And 3 of us formed the Maccabees out of that. And Hellraiser came, and then Timbo came, and it was supposed to be all 5 of us, but it didn't work out. We got Black Market. We'll talk about that later. It was my song. It was a song I had called As I Die Slowly. So it was the same thing, and then we just called it America. It was the whole clan. So there's a song called As I Die Slowly. So I said, yo, I got the song. Because they would say, yo, we wanted something for AIDS. So I said, I got a song about AIDS, but it had to be all of it. It had to be the clan. So I said, America is dying slowly. And we just ran with it. RZA loved it. To do the next video, they was just like, sorry, there's no more videos. No more nothing. We done. So after Heavy Mental, it was like, I was really like, man, I'm done with this, you know? So I was ready to go independent then. But then MCA called me with a check. View from Masada was about to be born. I met this producer that was in there. He kept asking me, I kept going to the studio, and it was like, yo, man, this cat keep going to your studio session, you know, and he wanted to hit you with some beats. He was working there. He had dreads. It was Just Blaze. 4th Chamber, we in the studio. I'm over here with Jizza. Ghost and Ray is over there recording at the same time. And this dude, I just saw this dude in the middle of the circle, commanding it. I never seen that done, especially with the clan. Like nobody had did that. At that time, this cat was different. And that's when my first time encountering the cannabis. We met sword to sword, man. The offering is all New York. When I came out here, it was like more of a, like behind the stained glass where it started at. But then I started getting out, and then artists, I seen people wanted to work with me and things like that. So I was like, oh, yo, this is a little different. And other than the clan, like we was doing it because we was keeping everything in the house. It was my first time out, so I started working with other artists. So Four Horsemen came, the idea came from cannabis towards me. Can't speak for the rest of them. And then he told me to call Corrupt, gave me Corrupt number, and Raz. And me and Raz already had a relationship, it was cool. But the first one who brought that to my attention was cannabis. He was like, yo, we gotta start a group. I wanna do it, it's gonna be me, you, Raz, Kaz, and Corrupt. It was just special to me. I started meeting people that I was fans of myself, and like DJ Pooh and all these guys, it was just dope. You know what I mean? I didn't know they was actually listening. I just thought we was making music, and it was right there. We was all celebrating right there, and that was it. Hip hop is here to stay, and I'm a part of it. So let's go. It means a lot to me. This is all behind the stained glass. So when I first came out here, I moved out to Manhattan Beach, and I came to Topanga, which was a whole different world. This place, mountainy, it's the view from Masada. Is the vision, is the vision. I write my verses like the curses using curses. I write my verses. My gospels go spells worship. War Worship in the surface. Worship in the surface.
Watch how you speak to me. My bars on guard frequency. Your arms too short to spar, even if you in arms reach me. Discard decency and ours are resolved peacefully. Heavily armored bombers when karma's involved. Frequently secrecy, coded language in cryptic forms of mystic norms. Monolithic lords and suspicious storms. Prolific born elaborate author of emerald tablets. So I packaged it for wise men and abbots, extracting the gems that's trapped in it. My pen's mastered it, astronomers tone. They've written books based off on poems for clone philosopher's stone. Behold progression, the father of all perfection. The wind carries my sessions and travels in all directions. It's evolution, manifesting purpose with spark. The works of art brought to life by the birth of a thought. So serpents who pluck it, smite it down. Mark it, book it, write it down. I am bound to peek around and found out when I struck the ground. Thunder sounds broke the sky, open for my potent rhymes. Soaked in blood, the chosen rise. Floating, I awoke in my inner beast with synergy, giving me Christ consciousness. My mic will ignite, throwing embers of light off of it. Know who the prophet is, the great Archon Abraxas. 7 classic planets commanding and chanting the lands with magic. Decipher the name through numeric tactics. 365 heavens, ascension axis. Relentless practice, tragic. Read it, Shimha, the great work redeemed through alchemic means and grim bars. From shadow known to dim stars. Explode within the coldest men. We overthrow like Moses can expose his sins. That's where my flow ascends.
My right hand is a symposium of holy men holding pens. Each tunnel out and go to gym, then barrel back in. I sit as the pharaoh of rapping. I flow like I spoke in hymns, Catholics and masses. My cathedral cerebral, blood on the Abraxas. On my back's a black eagle, medieval. Steeples from ashes. I rose up, wings tucked, king tut, gold rings, emerald green cup, queen's blush, Fareem and Magnum. My egg-shaped skull, the Phoenix dragon. Come through the mall, all of y'all human beings that's savage. Wishes are granted if you're left-handed. Toe text, old Max, written in old text commandments. Sun, moon, stars, and planets. My Xbox-shaped object just vanished. Chariot of ascension through dimensions. Did I mention this extension of Atlantis? I'm the phantom. I wear the face of space and a million grandsons. Each change place from black to white, from white to random. Master like the yin and yang symbol in temples. I like my money blue and green like ours are the Hindus. Priest of purpose, the wordsmiths, this beat is monumental. Christ consciousness, bow down and honor it. Yeah, we deal with the waters, Noah's Ark. Now we deal with astronomers, show you the charts.
Composed of 12 signs, 10 planets, 12 houses, aspected by these ghostly marks. We hold the spark, shown to be a gnosis tree with golden bark. Saturn by a chest of cataclysm who gloat in the dark and Noah's Ark. Nova's arts, planet spoken, making points, sharpen up the throwers darts. I was in the oldest quarks, Superman, I strolling Clarks. Mother plane, drive the planets crazy, I threw it in park. Ball of frisbee, time will turn it all to cities. Jungles took it all so quick, the plane became the earth. Hawaii, the apple, macrocosm of the human heart. I showed the card, future charts, hidden Andalusia art. Bullseye, Taurus field of vision, saw his own remarks, remarkable. The stars go, lightning in my sword glow. My spirit forced to have my body playing tug of wardrobe. Study supreme math, arcs, angles, the archangels. Virgo clean the satellite, dishes off for the star table. Scorpio wave sign, intersects. I took up lust, double cross, right red, intersects. I took a plus, spun it, didn't multiply, reproduce. Now look at us, shocked when I merged both. 8 points, I made a universal flag out of the snake's joints. The serpent goats, compass of the zodiac, fate points, virgin host. Infinity is infinity. My cup overflows and refills instant for me. I drink from my own brain, from the business I see fall. Everything was 8 by 8 to 64 chess squares, so they stared. No one's ever been as lit before. From the pleroma of the thrifty Mars that drift ashore, the broken winged people free falling down to 60 floors. Demiurge and venom serpents, been the current's time talker. I'm Luke Cageless as a baby, used to Skywalker, walking life with thoughts of Christ. They walk in death, their thoughts possessed. Money was the goal, they thought, they lost their breath. Thesaurus Rex, moonwalk the green mile backwards by my orange dress, put on my flesh. Use Mars to iron my skin suit. It turned brown, circle mounds, lions play wind flutes. My brain erupts, their rain is up, they staying stuck in Satan's crux. Strut around the sacred grounds, kicking up the angel dust. Following the pathematics, mathemagic elements.
diamonds. Thine will and testament, mind skill is excellent. Dialogue with me, your spine chill, the exorcist. Legged eye and eye exam, labeled in the diagram, great I am. Once they all saw me, all the ligers ran. Cabrax and Zodiac is who won't smoke with the highest ram. Shepherd here to guide the lambs, Messiah man, Messiah grand. Well of Zam in my diagram in my command. No pad elixir, Boaz constrictor. Beneath level bumble clock, throw jabs in Mithra. Hieroglyph and hydroglyph and pyro spitting fire wicking. Roll the tape, the time is sticking. Clock inside the diamonds ticking. My dimension, Mike and henchman, Mike ascension, time suspension. Master builder, walk amongst the strangers and still act familiar. Time is up, so match the killer. Holy rhyme book that I used to light a match the gorilla. Smack the silverback gorillas, Mr. Zodiac Attila. Medicine from sarsaparilla. Temple with two lions on the side, call them caterpillars.
It's the rain, it's the rain. I'll spare the life.
Tornadoes in the flesh with the hidden wings. I'm talking angles I connect, it's a different thing. We Royal Priesthood, we the Wizard Kings.
The most anticipated, kiss the ring. Scream the name out, Royal Priest. Supreme, all real, kiss the ring.
We the Royal Priesthood, we the Wizard Kings.
Smacking seas, while you scream your majesty.
She's not a raven, not a dove, and not a pelican. The immortalized phoenix, universal element. The throne holder with the flow that's most eloquent. Bringing the rebellion, the mothership propelling it. I'm nicer than they ever fathom every time I'm doing this. My energy is like slicing an atom to its nucleus. Interstellar, surpass astronomical. That's why my aura got a sparkle like a diamond do. Soaring through the sky, but I was born underground. Blood on the temple from the thorns in the crown. The seventh seal will open when the horn makes a sound. No time to mourn, you was born not to stick around. So start reflecting and atoning. I recollect the sectors I was known in, even long before the Greco-Roman. Time to bow and kiss the ring, you will respect the chosen. I won the battle before I select my next opponent. 6 million ways to die, they lied to the masses, but they never taught you how to rise above the ashes. My intuition say we trapped inside a simulation, so I'm here to bring demolition to imitations. I dispelled the pressure when I held the scepter, the luminescent, iridescent solar cell receptor. I rebelled and I refused to sell the elder treasure. Time to unify, rebel against the hell forever. Every word in the verse, you know it is Phoenix. Give the people rebirth like I'm growing a fetus. Say the truth with my chest like showing my cleavage. The mothership kiss the ring, cause we the ring leaders.
Multitasking through the multiverse, immersed in the energy that broke the curse. In a thirst for higher works, dispersed out your speaker box like Peter Tosh. Days balance equal vernal equinox, high voltage, frequent shocks, outward charged particles. Flares bring more color than carnivals, editorials, rhymes and written articles. Alkaline, my arsenal, I'm Canis Major, others are marginal. Fez, brilliant red like a cardinal. Flourishing with other Moorish kings, kiss the rings, mystic streams, beyond intellect, holistic beings, ecclesiastic, legendary like Atlantis. Reminded of divine protection, seeing the praying mantis. King Sharif on my throne, caliphate in the east. My influence increased from Greece to Mozambique. Crown jewel, laying new ground rules. Evil Carre, my mind sparred in renowned schools. No parlay, gracious, build a oasis. Spacious, greatness, entire priesthood, traveling spaceships. Connect with lawmakers, Mahatmas, scholarly, those who know the truth about the Barbary. God's professor, private sector, peep the architecture. Tartarians, so on the microphone, a barbarian. Islam, Al Day and Bay. If we Voltron clans, we'll run circles round Satan like the Photon Band.
Jack fell down, broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. The black and brown came from the ground and filled the sun of the magma. I rap profound as a lounge so nail in front of your master. From merry-go-rounds to burial grounds, I killed every one of you rappers. With my skills I can heal, but my tongue is disaster. The age seal is revealed in none of the chapters. Burn them on cheap wood, this is Royal Priesthood. There's cavities and casualties wherever we stood. When I black out, I see the bats route. I say things that make the cats crouch. Wings from my back sprout, serpents coil. Anoint the head with virgin oil, drip with olives. We sit in garments and spit astrology. Regardless, we goddess and goddesses, and thick as the dip with the garlic. My heart is the chip that's smart, that's trick knowledge. Nah, we kick knowledge while eating salad in a big palace. The roof open and the sky show a rich harvest. The Bitterman man, the black who a thick target.
Hey, yo, musically I'm married to the group that's a wedding band. Cycle Jordan rings like Thanos with the heavy hand. The ringleader, the electric lamb. I'm staring at the rings like a breast exam. Appearing I'm the next cycle at the drug ring, spirals in the dust ring. I made a campfire with the circle around the sun spring. I see rings in the flowers when the blossoms bloom. Knock the onion rings out of supersonic boom. That's two holes in the middle of the VM. I seen rings in the middle of the tree limbs, clothed in the gospel, the noble, apostle. I'm moving more circles than the O's in Morocco. My blow made the rocks blow. Killing sex traffickers, my flow freed the kids in the ring. From death massacre, priesthood, vampire hunters, arrest Dracula. Earth stage, I rock, never left in the ground, but smoke till I'm so high up that heaven is down. 12 angels quickly circle me wherever I'm found. Morris headband leader, that's a heraldry crown. Like no sort of omens, bodies lammed in the floor. Purple rings of cerebellum, see who answers the door. As I quickly throws, they bang the snow rings like the sound of sleeping, playing ring toss with my chakras over mountain peaks. Now to the owl chief, ornaments around the reef, alkali, riding on the decibels around the streets. Brainstormers gather the star charters as every knee bends, kiss the rings of the Zod father. The Don Zada, in a sense, like the Nog Chomper, knowledge chomper, Kaharaja, squash him like a Kalabasa, Kali Lama, Dalai Lama lamp, Muhammad Ali Baba, uncontrolled votes. They all bow down when we stood. Big flag, zigzag, zodiac, Killah Priest. Killah Priesthood.